As per the modified syllabus that is given by the board in the month of December, so the syllabus has been curtailed from 15 chapters to 14. Now the chart indicates that the names of the chapters and the marks allotted and the hours allotted for each of the chapters. The first chapter is called as electric charges and fields. The number of hours allotted is 10 and the mark is 8. 8 marks are available. The second chapter is electrostatic potential and capacitance. The number of hours available is 9 and the marks is 8. Similarly, in the third chapter we have got current electricity. This plays an important role wherein we have got 15 hours to be taught and 13 marks is available. This has got the maximum amount of marks available in the examination question paper. Now, fourth chapter is moving charges and magnetism and the number of hours allowed is 12 and the marks is 10. The fifth chapter is magnetism and matter. Here it has got 8 hours and 7 marks. Then now the chapter 6 consists electromagnetic induction and we have got 7 hours and 6 marks. In electromagnetic induction we come across only one derivation. In chapter number 7 we have got alternating current wherein you have got 8 hours allotted for the classes and 7 marks is available. Usually we will get in all the examination 90% we will come across a problem in 7th chapter. Chapter number 8 is electromagnetic waves. Here 3 hours is available, 3 marks is the allotted marks, and whether you read it or not, even if you forget about this, you will not be losing any mark and still you will get 70 marks in the examination. Chapter number 9 is ray optics and optical instrument. The number of hours is 10 and mark is 9. Similarly, we have got chapter number 10 wave optics and the number of hours is 10 and mark is 9. Now, ray optics and wave optics, these are the two chapters in the second volume available. So if you get a problem here, the derivation will be from wave optics or vice versa. Therefore, every child should be able to read this 9th chapter and 10th chapter in order to get the full marks in the problem section. Now after this we have got the other 4 chapters. So the other 4 chapters, if I write, it will be like this. The chapter number 11. 11 is dual nature. Dual nature of radiation and matter. So the number of hours allotted is 06 and marks is 5. The next chapter number 12 is, this corresponds to what is called as atoms. The number of hours is 05 and the mark is also 05. Chapter number 13 is nuclei. So the number of hours is 07 and the mark is 06. The last chapter is called as semiconductor electronics. Semiconductor electronics. This has got 10 hours and 09 marks. So 09 marks. Now, so the 11th chapter is dual nature of radiation and matter, and you have got 12th chapter as atoms, and the 13th chapter is nuclei. In the nuclei itself we are going to study what is called as radioactivity. Now from 11th, 12th and 13th, from the chapters 11th, 12th and 13th, we always get a problem. The problem will be problem number 37. So in semiconductor physics, the number of hours allotted is 10 and the mark is 9. We will always get 5 mark question. Therefore, the study of semiconductor electronics is easy and everyone can get all the 9 marks. No derivation is available in this. Simply the study will fetch you all the 9 marks available. Now, first part of the question is you should answer all the 10 questions and each question carries 1 mark. All the 10 questions from all the 14 chapters available. Now, the second part is answer any 5 of the following questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So you will be given with 8 questions and you should answer only any 5, and therefore this on the total marks available or the student can get is 10 mark. Now this forms what is called as, this is part B of the question paper. This is part A and part B. Now we will pass on to the next case. Now part 3. Part C part we will write. So in part C, so it is third part and it is answer any 5 of the following questions. Answer any 5 of the following questions. So here, so we should answer only 5 questions, and it is 5 questions the student will answer, and each question carries 3 marks and it is 15. This will be from question number 19 to question number 26. This will be from all the chapters. Now we have got the next part. Part 4 is part D. Now part D corresponds to, this is 4. Answer any 2 of the following questions. So therefore this is 2 into 5 equal to 10. Now question number 27 to question number 29 from chapters 1 to chapter 7. Right, then still we will write. Now from question number 27 from chapter 1 or 2. Question number 28 from chapter 3. Usually. Question number 29 from chapter 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. Now we will write the next question. Now it is the 5th part. So 5th part of the question paper is part 5. This is answer any 2 of the following questions. So this will be 2 into 5 equal to 10. Now question number 30 to question number 32. Question number 30 from chapter 9 or 10. Question number 31 from chapter 11 or 12 or 13. Question number 32 from chapter 14. Finally, it is 6th. Answer any 3 of the following, and it is 3 into 5, it is equal to 15. Question number 33. Problem from chapter 1 or 2. Question number 34. Problem from chapter 3. Usually we come across. Question number 35. It is the problem from chapter 4 or 6 or 7. Question number 36. It is problem from chapter 9 or 10. Question number 37. Problem from chapter 11 or 12 or 13. This is the picture of the question paper available in the second PUC physics.